Welcome back to AM Northwest. Our next guest discovered that society's more, better, harder, faster approach to life may actually be doing more harm than good. So she came up with a better way. We welcome the author of Gentle, Rest More, Stress Less, and Live the Life You Actually Want, Courtney Carver. Great to have you with us.
Hello, it's great to be here.
What inspired this book, Gentle?
Two things.
Okay.
One was me being diagnosed with MS in 2006.
Wow.
And deciding I wanted to live differently. I wanted to reduce the stress in my life and figure out how to really live well with MS. And the second is just really a response to the overwhelm and exhaustion I feel from the people around me and people I work with. I think that we are all dealing with too much.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did you start? Like, what was the first step, and what advice would you give someone, let's say in the same spot you are? Or
Yeah,
even
when I was newly diagnosed?
Yeah.
I first started looking for stories of people who were living well with MS, and it really did seem that that lower stress level was helpful. And so for me, it was about eliminating the things that that raised stress in my life. So for instance, I had a lot of debt and got rid of all of that.
Oh, wow.
I looked at how I was spending my time and how I was showing up at work, for instance, and always working way earlier than my start time and staying way later than I needed to, and always trying to prove who I was by what I was accomplishing.
Right.
And pulled back quite a bit. And interestingly, nobody noticed.
When you were talking with the people who were newly diagnosed and you found out that they did simplify their life, like you started to, did they have the same gentle demeanor that you have? Because you do have kind of this soft, gentle, calm demeanor about you.
I think it's been a work in progress, actually, and really in the work that I do now, writing and working with people who also want to simplify their lives, I've seen that underreacting and being gentler with myself is just so much
calming. It's calming.
Yeah.
Because you seem very calm.
Oh, thanks.
I love it. You go through a couple of things, and I want to have you give me examples.
Okay.
And one is rest. And you talk about why we resist rest.
Yeah, so there's 3 seasons of gentle: rest, less, and rise. And rest I started with because we do resist it. In fact, I wasn't going to make it the first section of the book until I realized how resistant I was to it, because we want to save it for later. We want to get everything done
Yeah,
first.
we've got things to do, places to go, people to see. Yeah.
And so we'll save rest for later, but then later never comes because we never get it all done.
Right.
So by prioritizing rest, we don't wait until we're exhausted and sick and burnt out to do it. We use it as kind of a proactive approach, which our bodies and brains need. There's no question.
How do you incorporate rest into your life more than you did previously?
Number one, doing less.
Okay.
I am not about a 2-page long to-do list anymore. I don't overcommit. I say no with ease and not apology, which I think is something that we could all
use. Yeah.
We have to practice it. I mean, it doesn't feel comfortable, but we overcommit. We say yes to too many things, and then we don't have time to rest.
Well, we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, right? And when you say no, you don't give a reason why.
Generally not.
Yeah.
But why is it that we're willing to hurt our own feelings to not hurt someone else's feelings? That makes no sense to me.
You're absolutely right. Less, how to live with less.
Yes, so less has been a really big chapter of my story. I think that we have too much going on. We have too much stuff in our homes. We have too much to take care of. We have too many appointments and meetings and obligations. And so really starting with clearing the clutter in your home to give yourself
the actual physical clutter.
Yes, you need breathing space. And then looking at your calendars, your to-do lists, your habits, the expectations that other people have of you, that, you know, maybe you're pursuing a life that's not even one that you wanted to pursue.
Maybe one you thought others wanted you to pursue?
Correct.
Okay. What was the most challenging for you to give up when it comes to living with less? Was there something challenging?
Interestingly, because of my approach, none of it really felt that challenging. I thought that things like books and sentimental items would be really hard, but I didn't start with them. And so by the time I got there, I already had so much practice in letting go that the sentimental items weren't as challenging as I thought.
Oh.
It was kind of a mindset shift. Like, I'm a very sentimental person.
Right.
But I don't need all the stuff to prove that.
Right.
And still, I was a little concerned, so I took pictures of a lot of things before I let them go. And then I've never looked at the pictures in years and years and years.
Because you have the memory of that person that gave them to you.
Right. Or I have a new
be.
memory or
Right.
something else going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Rise.
Yes, so Rise is the third section of the book, and I love this because I think sometimes when people think about slowing down and being gentle, they think they'll have to abandon their goals and desires, and really what the other seasons do, Less and Rest, is really create a ground for you to rise from,
Right.
to do the things that you care about, that you're interested in, to stand up for what you believe in, and do it in a way that you're not trying to rise from this exhausted, burnt out place.
Right. You also talk too about taking tiny steps and gentle steps. Give me a tiny step. Like, what was the first thing that you did? Was it saying no? Was it getting rid of the stuff?
Wow, I'm not really sure what the first thing is, but I'll tell you, like, one of the things I think has really made such a big difference in my life in the rest section is going to bed and giving myself a bedtime. And the reason that we have tiny steps and gentle steps throughout the book is I think so often we're trying to do too much at once.
Sure.
And then we can't follow through because it's too much.
Right.
So these tiny steps and a gentle step are just enough to kind of close that gap between inspiration and action. And with go to bed, we're adults. We don't have to have a bedtime.
No.
But if we would set one and honor it, I think we would do a lot better when it comes to getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
So I recommend, as a tiny step, setting an alarm for bedtime. You know, we often set an alarm to wake up,
Well, yeah.
but set an alarm for bedtime. And then also stop doing one more thing before you go to bed.
Yes. Boy, you are so right about that.
Everybody,
Yeah.
I've just heard it from so many people why they don't go to bed. They're like, I just wanted to get
one more thing. Just wanted to fold one more piece of laundry.
Yeah, and
I
that's a
gotcha.
lie.
Yeah,
There's always
absolutely.
one more thing.
Right. We want to tell everyone the book again is titled Gentle, Rest More, Stress Less, and Live the Life You Actually Want. Courtney Carver, thank you very much.
My
I appreciate
pleasure.
it. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.